How we doing, everybody? It is day 8 of the upload challenge. And today, the goal is to get this piece in. Oh, sun's in the way. Get this piece in and get the one little piece inside of the car, which then will allow me to make the other piece that I need for the inside of the car. And then for the rocker, I can start working on the last inner panel and the outer panel, which I'm kind of stressing out about because you're gonna see that, right? This cut right here. So I have to really be careful when I'm sanding down the weld. I'm sure it will need some filler, but still gotta be careful, make it as even as I can. So with that being said, I'm gonna mount this guy in there and trace an outline and start grinding it down so it fits perfectly on the car. So I scribed the kind of where I need to cut the metal piece or trim it down. Over here went well, and then over here, I'm not sure what happened, but I'm just gonna kind of focus on this section, and then when I trim this down to size, I'll kind of get a better scribe line on this part. So these are the tools I'll be using to trim any of the pieces down, just this one. Since I'm making a video about this right angle Milwaukee die grinder, and then this Milwaukee belt sander. Sorry, I forgot the name for a second. Now, do you need this stuff to complete the job? No, you don't. I'm a strong believer in getting the job done with whatever you got, but these tools will make your life so much easier, and it's gonna speed up the process. So definitely spend a little bit of money, and it's gonna pay off in the long run. You're gonna have more time to do the repairs quicker. You're gonna have more time to get to other areas on your project. But when you're trying to use tools that are not meant for the job to get the job done, it's gonna prolong the process. It's going to not get you the result that you want. So like I said, spend the money and get the tools that will help you get the job done. After almost an hour, we have this patch fitted up very nicely. I hold it up here, see a relatively even gap for the weld to go in. When you're making a patch panel fit, I always trim away the material that I'm trying to bond to, because there's a chance that that metal is semi-compromised, even though you treated it, coated it, etc., etc. It was next to the rusty metal. It was cut out, and now this material is weaker than this one. So I always trim away this, the material that I'm bonding to. However, with that being said, if you over trim or over shave this metal, then it could make your patch useless. That's just the way I've been doing it. If anybody has any other thoughts or advice, definitely let me know in the comments. So I finished up the panel. It has the spots for the plug welds. I deburred it and I gave it this little lip. If you look on the other side, right where my lift points used to be, there's a little lip that kind of goes all around. So I figured I'm gonna mimic that with the replacement panel that I'm making. Now I'm gonna take a wire wheel, prep it, and coat it with some primer. And honestly, it's getting a little bit late today, so all that I'm gonna end up doing is plugging in one of the holes in that patch that I found, and I think welding in that piece finally. And then I'm just gonna coat this and leave it until tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm just gonna come in, weld this in, and then get to working on that last piece on the inside of the rocker. So let's get to it. Got the edges all taped up. Now I'm just gonna spray chemical epoxy on the middle part. It's not gonna get welded. It might see some heat, but it should be fine. And then obviously it's gonna get coated a second time once it's actually in the car. And I'm gonna pull the tape off and then spray the entire piece with weld through primer. So I got this part painted. Now I'm just gonna set it up here so it's out of the way. It's gonna dry off in there. And now I think I'm gonna weld this thing in. I'm gonna get the welder going. All right, I'm about to start welding in here. Obviously wire wheeled the weld area, hit it with some acetone, clean it up. The reason why I clean stuff very well is will allow you to get a very nice weld. And we're just doing stuff. This is how much I got done today on this. I just got it in there. I want to go all the way around and then tomorrow sand it down. But tomorrow I'll be welding in that other piece. It is late. I'm going to eat dinner. I have not eaten anything in like 10 hours. I appreciate everybody watching this video. Please remember to comment if you have any questions, like and subscribe for more. Thanks.